You probably heard that 120 over 80 is the perfect blood pressure. But then you read somewhere that after 70, it's okay if it's a little higher. Your own readings jump around at home one day, it's fine. The next, it's not. It's confusing, and no one seems to agree. Here's the truth. Blood pressure isn't one size fits all, especially as we age. Today, let's clear up the noise. I'll walk you through what those numbers really mean, why older adults often need different targets, and how to measure correctly so you and your doctor can make the best decisions together. No scare tactics, no extremes, just calm, practical clarity. Recent research suggests that blood pressure targets should be personalized, not rigid. While 120/80 remains a general benchmark, optimal levels can vary based on age, health conditions, and even genetics. For older adults, especially those over 70, slightly higher readings, like 130, 140 systolic, may be acceptable, even beneficial, to maintain proper circulation to vital organs. The key is balance. Too low can cause dizziness or falls, while uncontrolled highs raise stroke risks. Home monitoring is crucial, but technique matters. Sit quietly for 5 minutes, feet flat, arms supported at heart level, and take multiple readings. White coat syndrome, where readings run high at the clinic, is common, so consistent home logs may help your doctor spot true trends. New studies also highlight nocturnal hypertension, elevated nighttime pressure, which requires 24-hour monitoring to detect. The goal isn't chasing numbers, but reducing overall risk through tailored lifestyle adjustments and medication if needed. Always collaborate with your doctor. Your individual health history dictates what's truly normal for you. You've probably seen those two numbers on your blood pressure, reading the top one and the bottom one, but what do they actually mean? Let's break it down simply. The top number, called systolic pressure, measures the force your heart creates when it beats, pushing blood through your arteries. The bottom number, diastolic pressure, shows the pressure between beats, when your heart rests. For years, you may have heard that 120 over 80 is the perfect reading, but here's the thing. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some flexibility. They become stiffer, which means blood pressure tends to rise slightly over time, and that's not always a cause for alarm. Think of it like a garden hose. A new hose is soft and expands easily when water flows through it, keeping pressure steady. But an older hose, it's less flexible, so the pressure inside may climb a bit higher. That's why many healthy older adults see readings a little above the so-called ideal without it being a problem. Of course, if numbers rise too much, that's a different conversation, but the key is understanding that some change is normal. Your arteries aren't what they were at 30, and your blood pressure reflects that. The real question isn't just about the numbers, it's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. You've probably heard that 120 over 80 is the perfect blood pressure. But then you might also hear that it's okay if it's a little higher as you get older. So which is it? The truth is, there's no single number that fits everyone, especially as we age. Guidelines give us general ranges, but your ideal target depends on so much more than just your age. It's about your overall health, any other conditions you might have, and even how you feel day to day. For some older adults, keeping blood pressure too low can actually cause problems like dizziness or fatigue, which is why your doctor will help you find the right balance for you. Maybe you have diabetes or a history of heart disease, or you take certain medications. All of these play a role in deciding what's safe and healthy for you. And let's not forget how you feel. If your blood pressure is perfect on paper, but you're constantly tired or lightheaded, that's something your doctor needs to know. The real question isn't just about the numbers, it's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. You might have heard that lower blood pressure is always better, but for older adults. That's not the whole story. While high blood pressure gets most of the attention, dropping it too aggressively can sometimes cause more harm than good. As we age, our blood vessels naturally stiffen, and our bodies rely on slightly higher pressure to keep blood flowing steadily to the brain, heart, and kidneys. If that pressure dips too low, whether from medication, dehydration, or other factors, it can lead to dizziness, fatigue, or even falls, which are especially risky later in life. This doesn't mean high blood pressure should be ignored. It's still a serious concern. But the goal isn't just hitting the lowest possible number. It's finding the right balance where you feel steady, energized, and protected from long-term risks. For some, that might mean aiming for a slightly higher target than younger adults. For others, especially those with certain health conditions, a lower range could be ideal. That's why your doctor will consider your overall health, medications, and how you feel day to day, not just the numbers on the cuff. If you've ever felt lightheaded after standing up too quickly or notice your energy drop after a medication adjustment, that's a sign to talk to your doctor not to stop or change treatment on your own. Small tweaks, like adjusting timing or dosage, can often make a big difference. The real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. You might be surprised how many little things can throw off your home blood pressure readings. Let's talk about how to get it right. First, avoid common mistakes that can affect your reading. Measuring with a full bladder, right after talking, or with your arm dangling unsupported. Use a properly fitted cuff too tight or loose skews results. Sit quietly for 5 minutes first, back supported, feet flat, arm at heart level. Take 2 readings, a minute apart, and note the average. Keep a simple log with the date, time, and any notes like recent activity or stress. This helps your doctor spot patterns, not just one-off highs or lows. Remember, home readings are just one piece of the puzzle your doctor considers trends over time. The real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. To ensure accurate home blood pressure readings, consider the environment in your physical state before measuring. Avoid caffeine, nicotine, and exercise at least 30 minutes prior, as these can temporarily elevate your blood pressure. Ensure the room is at a comfortable temperature, as extreme cold or heat can affect readings. Position yourself correctly. Sit upright with your back straight, feet flat on the floor, and your arm resting on a table at heart level. Avoid crossing your legs or tensing your muscles, as this can lead to inaccurate results. Use a validated automated device and follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Consistency is key measure at the same time each day, as blood pressure fluctuates naturally throughout the day. It can be helpful to note any symptoms like dizziness or headaches along with your readings. Share this detailed log with your healthcare provider to help them assess your overall cardiovascular health. Remember, blood pressure is just one indicator. Lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, and stress management play a crucial role in maintaining healthy levels. Collaborate with your doctor to create a personalized plan that aligns with your unique health needs. You know, those little daily choices we make: what we eat, how we move, even how we rest can gently nudge our blood pressure in one direction or another. Let's talk about what really moves the needle without extremes or drastic changes. For many people, salt plays a big role, especially the hidden sodium in processed foods, canned soups, or takeout meals. But it's not just about cutting back. Balancing salt with potassium-rich foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, or spinach can help. And here's something we don't always think about: staying hydrated. Even mild dehydration can thicken your blood slightly, making your heart work harder. Movement matters too, but it doesn't have to mean intense workouts. A short daily walk, some gentle stretching, or even gardening can improve circulation and ease pressure on your vessels. Sleep is another quiet influencer. Poor or restless nights can temporarily bump up your numbers. And stress? It's like a silent alarm for your body, tightening blood vessels. Simple pauses, deep breaths, a few minutes with a cup of tea can soften that effect. Alcohol's a tricky one. For some, even one drink can raise readings. For others, moderation works. The key is noticing how your body responds. Small, steady habits add up. None of this is about perfection, just paying attention, one day at a time. The real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. So, when should you call your doctor about your blood pressure? It's important to know that while occasional fluctuations are normal, there are certain signs that shouldn't be ignored. If you experience a very high reading, say above 180/120, and it's accompanied by symptoms like chest pain, severe headache, vision changes, or sudden weakness, that's your cue to seek medical care immediately. These could be warning signs of a more serious issue like a heart attack or stroke, and prompt attention is crucial. Even when things become difficult, we shouldn't innocuously unwell, dizzy, fatigued, or short of breath. It's worth checking in with your doctor. Remember, blood pressure is just one piece of the puzzle. How you feel matters just as much as the numbers on the monitor. Trust your instincts and don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider if something feels off. The goal is to stay proactive and informed so you can continue living your healthiest, fullest life. The real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. You've probably heard different things about what your blood pressure should be. Some say 120/80 is the gold standard. Others say it's okay if it's a little higher as you get older. It can feel confusing, especially when your readings jump around at home. But here's what matters most. Your blood pressure target isn't just a number plucked from a chart. It's a decision you and your doctor make together, based on your unique health. General guidelines exist, but they're just a starting point. For some older adults, aiming for slightly higher numbers might actually be safer, especially if aggressive lowering leads to dizziness or falls. Your doctor will consider your age, other conditions, and how you feel day to day. Maybe your neighbor's target is different from yours, and that's okay. This is why partnering with your physician is so important. They'll help you find the balance between keeping your blood pressure in a safe range and avoiding the risks of overtreatment. It's not about hitting a perfect number. It's about finding what works for your body. The real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. You've probably heard that blood pressure should be around 120/80. But then you might also hear that slightly higher numbers can be okay as we get older. It's confusing, isn't it? And if you've ever checked your pressure at home, you know those numbers can jump around from one reading to the next. Let's talk about what really matters for older adults, not just chasing a perfect number, but finding the right balance for you. Small, steady habits can make a real difference without drastic changes. First, think about salt. Many processed foods like canned soups, deli meats, or even bread hide more sodium than you'd expect. Simply swapping one salty snack for a handful of unsalted nuts or fresh veggies can help. Potassium-rich foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, or spinach naturally counterbalance salt's effects. You don't need a strict diet, just small, mindful choices. Movement matters too, but it doesn't have to mean intense exercise. A short daily walk, gentle stretching, or even gardening keeps your blood vessels flexible. Staying hydrated is key to hydration can trick your body into raising pressure. And don't underestimate sleep and stress. Poor rest or constant worry can nudge those numbers up. So a calming bedtime routine or a few deep breaths during the day can help more than you'd think. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Tiny changes done regularly add up, and they're easier to stick with than extreme measures. Your doctor can help you choose which adjustments fit your life best. Because the real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide together. Blood pressure numbers can feel overwhelming, like a verdict on your health. But here's the truth. They're not. They're a guide, a tool to help you and your doctor understand what's happening in your body. The best target for your blood pressure isn't a one-size-fits-all number. It's the one that works for you based on your age, your health, and how you feel. That's why it's so important to work closely with your doctor to find the right balance. Too high can strain your heart and vessels, but too low can leave you feeling dizzy, tired, or even increase your risk of falls. It's about finding that sweet spot where you feel your best. Remember, small, steady changes like eating whole foods, staying active, and managing stress can make a big difference over time. But never make drastic changes to your lifestyle or medication without your doctor's guidance. If you ever notice very high readings accompanied by symptoms like chest pain, severe headaches, or vision changes, seek care immediately. Otherwise, measure calmly. Keep a simple log and share it with your doctor. Because the real question isn't just about the numbers. It's about what's right for your body, your health, and your life. And that's something you and your doctor will decide.